Hello friends, it's pumpkin season and today I'm going to be showing you my 4 go-to pumpkin recipes. I've got pumpkin dump cake, pumpkin muffins, roasted pumpkin cubes, and crispy addictive pumpkin seeds. These are the recipes I make every single fall without fail. They're easy, they're delicious, and honestly just perfect for this time of the year. So let's get right into these pumpkins! Hello friends, I'm Melanie from MelanieCooks.com and today I'll be making easy pumpkin dump cake. Before making this video, I preheated the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So for pumpkin dump cake, we need 3 main ingredients: cake mix, pumpkin puree, and eggs. And optional ingredients would be cinnamon. You can also use pumpkin spice. You can use any kind of cake mix. That's the most common one is yellow cake mix. If you're using a spice cake mix and you don't need the cinnamon, but for yellow cake, I think cinnamon is a great addition. But basically here are 3 main ingredients you need plus the spice of your choice. Here's the baking dish. It's an 8 by 12 baking dish. I'm going to spray it with a non-stick cookie spray, or you can grease it with butter. However you want to grease it, just so the cake doesn't stick. And now let's dump the ingredients for the dump cake. So we're going to start with eggs. I'm going to use 2 eggs. And now I'm going to whisk the eggs. And let's add the pumpkin puree. And mix it together with eggs. And now we're going to dump the last ingredient for pumpkin dump cake. And this is going to be the cake mix. And you know I said last, but actually there's something else that I almost forgot, but here it is, the cinnamon. It really adds a nice touch, goes so well with this pumpkin. So I'll add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and if you're a cinnamon lover, you can use as much as 2 teaspoons. I'm going to use 1, and let's mix. So now it's mixed, and here's some ideas for other optional additions. You can add a cup of chocolate chips, or a cup of raisins, or chopped walnuts, or pecans, or add nothing else, as great as this. There's just some ideas for you. So now it's mixed, so let me transfer it to a greased baking dish. And notice with this dump cake, we didn't need to add oil, because normally on the back of the packages of cake mix, they do ask for oil, but here you don't need it because pumpkin puree, it's a substitute for oil, and it's also healthier this way. So now let's spread it so it covers the dish. And now let's put it in the oven. So again, it's preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's put it in the oven and bake this cake. So the pumpkin cake has been baking for 30 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's ready. Take a look at this cake. It looks amazing. So good. And just to make sure it's baked, I recommend checking it with a toothpick. Just pierce it with a toothpick and make sure it comes out clean. Yeah, so it's perfectly baked. And if yours is not fully baked, just return it to the oven for another 5 minutes and then check it again. So this is our great pumpkin dump cake. So easy. And I'm going to wait for about 10 minutes so it cools down and then slice it and try it. So now the cake has cooled down and you have the option of frosting if you'd like. You can use a store-bought frosting or homemade frosting. Any frosting of your choice. It will be great with vanilla or chocolate. Or you can also just sprinkle it with powdered sugar or cinnamon sugar or leave it unfrosted. It's awesome. Either way, you don't really have to frost it. Just if you like to keep it simple, and that's what I'm going to do. Just leave it like that and try it. So let me just cut a piece. Perfect. So it looks like it has perfect texture. It's so soft. When I was cutting it, I could just tell. It looks so good. Look at that slice. Let's try it. Mmm. Perfect. It tastes as good as it looks. It's really moist with pumpkin and so soft with amazing texture. This is a perfect pumpkin cake and it's so easy to make. You just dump the few ingredients and mix and bake and it's ready. You will love this easy recipe and it's perfect for fall. This is awesome. For a free printable recipe and other easy recipes, please visit my website, melaniecooks.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Melanie Cooks. Look at these pumpkin muffins. They look amazing. Hello friends, I'm Melanie from melaniecooks.com. And today I'll be making pumpkin muffins with yellow cake mix. This is a super simple recipe. All you need is yellow cake mix, pumpkin puree, and cinnamon. Now for the cake mix, it doesn't really have to be yellow cake. You can also use a spice cake mix and different kinds of cake mixes. This is just, the most common one. And also for your spice, you can use pumpkin spice instead of cinnamon. But again, cinnamon is just something that's, most people have in their kitchen. So I just decided to use something basic. So here it is. Before making this recipe, I preheated the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and also I lined my muffin tin with paper baking cups. So for this simple recipe, all we need to do is just mix those ingredients together. So here is a whole box of yellow cake mix. And here is a can of pumpkin puree. So this can is 15 ounces. And just add it to the cake mix. And next, add a teaspoon of cinnamon. And if you were using spice cake mix instead of yellow cake mix, it really doesn't need any more spice because the spice cake mix has a spice, but yellow cake doesn't. So here is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Goes great with pumpkin. And now just mix everything together. So you don't need to add any extra ingredients that are listed on the box of cake mix. The pumpkin puree gives it just enough moisture to hold it together. Perfect. Now everything is mixed together and you just need to add it to the muffin tin. So just divide this batter between 12 muffin tins. Perfect. And now the pumpkin muffins are ready to be baked. So let's put it in the oven. And again, the oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. These pumpkin muffins have been baking for 25 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit and they're ready. Let's take them out. Look at these muffins. They look amazing. They've gotten so big and look at this color. These are perfect for fall. Now, I know in my oven, 25 minutes baking time at 350 for muffins. That's perfect, but just in case, you can always check with a toothpick to see if it comes out clean. Yeah, it's clean. So if there's still batter on a toothpick, that means in your oven, they might need a little longer baking time. So just basically bake them until they're perfectly done. And now let's try it. Let me just take out this muffin. Look at this muffin. So good. So I didn't spray the paper cups, but it still separates well. So for this recipe, you don't need to spray them. Let me just see the inside texture. Perfect. Look at this amazing muffin texture. These pumpkin muffins taste amazing. They're so moist, so full of pumpkin flavor, and they're spiced perfectly with cinnamon. I can't believe this recipe uses so few ingredients. It just comes out so good. Everyone's gonna love these pumpkin muffins. For a free printable recipe and other easy recipes, please visit my website, melaniecooks.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Melanie Cooks. Hello friends, I'm Melanie from melaniecooks.com, and today I'll be making roasted pumpkin in the air fryer. So what we need is raw cubed pumpkin, seasonings of your choice. I will have salt, black pepper, and cinnamon. You can use any other seasonings you like, and I also have some olive oil. So I'm going to toss the pumpkin in olive oil and seasonings. So we need about a tablespoon of oil or so. This is just for flavor. And sprinkle it with seasonings. So here's salt, black pepper, and cinnamon. And now toss so it's coated with seasonings. And now let's put it in the air fryer basket. And let's put the basket in the air fryer. And now I'm going to set the temperature to 390 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to set the time to 20 minutes. Now halfway through the cooking time, let's take out the air fryer basket. And let's shake the pumpkin cubes so they cook evenly. And now let's put them back in the air fryer and let it finish cooking. Now the air fryer is done cooking, so let's take a look. Look at this roasted pumpkin. It looks amazing. So nicely browned and perfectly cooked. Let's take it out of the air fryer. Perfect. Look at this pumpkin. Looks so good. I'm so excited about trying it. Let's try it. So delicious. It's so tender and soft and slightly sweet and so flavorful. Tastes so good. Roasting really brings out the best flavor out of pumpkin. You will love it, and it's so healthy too. For a free printable recipe and other easy recipes, please visit my website, melaniecooks.com, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Melanie Cooks. Hello friends, I'm Melanie from melaniecooks.com, and today I'll be roasting pumpkin seeds in the air fryer. So here are the pumpkin seeds. So I took them out of raw pumpkin. The way to prepare them is to just rinse them in the colander, and when you rinse them, the pumpkin orange flesh comes off and you just separate it. So the rinsed pumpkin seeds, then I blot them in a paper towel to remove excess water. And now for the seasonings, I'll just use chili powder, or you can use salt and pepper, any seasonings you like, and I'll also use some olive oil. So let me just add a tiny bit of olive oil. And I'll sprinkle it with chili powder. And toss until the pumpkin seeds are coated with oil and seasoning. And now let's put them in the air fryer. So try to spread it so they're in a single layer. And put the air fryer basket in the air fryer. And now I'm going to set the temperature to 370 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to set the time to 7 minutes. Now halfway through the cooking time, let's take out the air fryer basket and shake them so they cook more evenly. So they're stuck together, just break them up with a spatula. If some won't fall through the holes, that's fine. You'll just get them from the bottom of the basket. When it's all done, let's put it back in the air fryer and let it finish cooking. So now the air fryer is done cooking, so let's take a look at the roasted pumpkin seeds. Look at that, so crunchy. They look amazing, so nicely brown, perfectly roasted, seasoned pumpkin seeds. Now those are pretty small seeds, so if you have larger seeds, it might take a little longer to cook, so just try one. If it's not crispy to your liking, just air fry it for a few more minutes. But these are perfectly ready, so I'm going to take them out, put them in a bowl. So they tend to fall through the holes, so just check to see. Yep, there's a bunch of them there, so take them out as well. Perfect. So look how crunchy. Amazing. They look so good. Now let's try them. So these, you can just eat them with shell. The larger ones, you can try to peel them if you bite it and take out the inside. But the small ones, you just eat them as is. Those shells are edible. You hear the crunch? So good. These are a perfect snack and they're super addictive. So easy to make, so healthy. So if you're carving pumpkins and have some pumpkin seeds, don't throw them out, roast them. This is perfect. For a free printable recipe and other easy recipes, please visit my website, melaniecooks.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Melanie Cooks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.